Hi everybody and welcome to my channel. This is the Flying Stephanie 615 and I'm back again today because I want to share with you a couple of things. Today I'm preparing to leave because I have to go back to work tomorrow. I am a commuter, and for those of you who may not know or fully understand what that is, a commuter is a person who does not live in the base in which they work. I'm based in DC, but I live in Nashville, so basically I will have to get on a flight tomorrow. I'm sorry, I will get on a flight today because I have to be at work tomorrow. So I want to be in position should I get a phone call needing me at the airport. So I'm prepared today. I sometimes like to fly in my uniform just because it's easier and it ensures that I have everything that I need once I arrive. So let's get started. Welcome. Thank you for joining in today. So what I want to talk about today is just the things that are in my suitcase. This is not a rule of thumb. Every flight attendant is different in how they like to travel. These are just things that I have found to be easier for me as I travel to keep my load light. Once you start to do this, you will understand why you want to kind of lighten your load. Typically, I'm gone for anywhere from 3 to 6 days. And so I don't like to carry a lot of stuff to bulk me down because I'm the one that has to lift that suitcase up and put it in the trunk of the car, take it out, get into the airport, put it in the overhead bin, take it down, then get to my car, put it back in the trunk, then take it out again and put it into the apartment. It's a lot of work, so I want to just try and keep my load very light if I can. So these are just some things that I do. First of all, if you want to win the hearts of the flight attendants that are on the aircraft, this is not a necessity. This is just something that I've been doing since I've been flying. That is I try and keep some candy in my bag so that I can give to the crew. And sometimes I give it to the gate agents because they're looking out for me and they want to make sure that I get on my flight so I can get to work and so I can get home when I need to. So it's just a gesture. It's just what I like to do. People did it to me when I was the flight attendant and they were commuting, and I just thought, you know, what a nice thing to do, and it's so easy. So I just carry a handful of, or a big bag of candy in my outside pocket of my suitcase, so it's real easy for me to get to. So that's that. Also, what I like to have, what I have to have with me are my required items. These are just items that you need to be legal to fly. Every airline is different in what they require. But for us, you know, I just bought this little pouch because it just makes things easier, and it has a little handle on it. And I have everything in here that I need to be sure that I'm ready to go. Number one, always got to have your passport, so I keep that in there. I just don't take it out until I have to show it when I get to customs. When I go through known crew member, which is what flight attendants or crew uses to bypass security. It's security, but they realize that we will have things in our bag that may not meet the requirements as other passengers. It's a privilege that we get. You know, and as far as carrying your toiletries, your shampoo, conditioner, those kinds of things that we may need. Sometimes you can get selected for random and have to go through regular security with regular folks. I feel sorry for you if that happens to be you, because I've had that happen to me sometimes, and it's awful when you're in a hurry. So always leave yourself some extra time in case that happens. And if you're in uniform, though, and you do have some things in your bag, such as maybe a bottle of water that is more than 4 or 6 ounces or whatever the requirement is, you're allowed to keep those things. If you're not in uniform, you're subject to the rules of any other passenger. So that's another reason why I like to stay in my uniform when I commute. Also, you know, I have my badge, my ID that I have to have with me. That's usually just, you know, pinned right here on me, easy access. I have my device, which has, this is my manual, basically. And this is my little, it's a little doohickey that you can charge, or you can charge, gosh, I'm drawing a blank here. I need to eat my cereal. When you have transactions, if you're selling food on board or drinks and whatnot, you have to swipe the credit card. That's what this little doohickey is for. I just keep that with me also. And, you know, you have to have a flashlight. You always have to have a watch. And then we have to have a little charger should our devices begin to, you know, if you haven't been fully charged like we should, we have a little charger, and there's a cord that goes to that. That's also in my little bag here. Let's see. And then I am so OCD, and I don't like to have to touch. I just try and keep the germs at a minimum. I realize, you know, I'm not going to escape everything, and that's just, it is what it is. So I like to keep a glove with me that once I get on the aircraft and I'm ready to do my pre-flight, there's a lot of, you know, you have to touch a lot. And I keep some wipes in my bag too, so that when I go on and I have to pre-flight the interphone, and I know that I'm going to be making a lot of announcements on that phone, I wipe it down with a little bleach wipe. You know, again, I'm not going to escape everything, but I keep a glove with me, and I also use the glove when I am securing the door when it's time for door closure, just to try and, again, minimize what I can. But that's just me, not a requirement. There are a few other little things that are in here that we have to have. Again, each airline is different, so I'm not going to really go into that. What I shared with you is just the basic things that we carry. I do remember, though, and I'm going to show y'all this because I just think it's so funny, and I'm so glad. But when I was with my former airline, this was our manual. You can see all the pages in here. I would say it's much like carrying a 3-pound or so baby. It's heavy. You had to have this, and good luck trying to fit it in your suitcase. But, you know, again, you may just have to carry an extra bag. You may have to have an extra strap to hold it onto the outside of your suitcase. Whatever you had to do, you had to have it, because if you didn't, you weren't legal. And if you're not legal, then you can't fly. If you can't fly, then you're not making any money. So there. So now I'm so grateful that the times have changed a little bit. This is now our manual. So everything that you need in terms of, you know, taking care of a passenger that might get ill in flight, or all kinds of emergencies, all kinds of things that can happen. Your go-to is this. You must have this. So I'm so glad I don't have to carry this thing around anymore. But I just wanted to share that with you. I've kept it just because I just haven't figured out what I want to do with it yet. I'm sure that I can probably use the insides of it to who knows? It doesn't matter. Anyway, moving on. So, some of the things that I carry in my suitcase. This little, I'm going to show you all this little doohickey. It has saved my fingernails. Can you see this? It's a can opener. I just put it onto my finger like this, and I wish I had a can to show you, but you just pop that little lid, and when I'm doing my service in the cabin, I love this because it saved my fingernails. So this is a must, and I keep it attached to my ID. I put it right here like this, and then it's always there, and I clip it on, and I always have what I need. So that's great, like that, a whole lot. I think I just like Googled and found that little thing. I don't even remember where I got it, but it was very inexpensive, like under $4, worth every penny. For me, these little things right here, I meant to bring another uniform to show you, but you can probably get the picture. This right here, you peel these little deals off here, and it goes in the armpits of my uniform. There's 3 of them. You just peel it off, boom, 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 and then you put it in the armpit, and it folds over. If you kind of get my drift, it's sort of like this right here, but it's on the inside of the uniform. It folds over. It's kind of like a panty liner. You know, get dressed. It's in your uniform. Guys can wear it too, in your shirts or whatever. But what this does, it keeps my uniform fresh, so that, again, everybody's different. I personally don't want to carry 3 uniforms with me when I'm flying. It makes my bag heavy, and as long as I'm really careful, I know things can happen, and I'm taking that risk. That's on me. You do what you want to do. You do you. But it keeps my uniform fresh, and then that way, if I perspire, or my deodorant stains, they don't get onto my uniform, and I can peel it out at night, put a fresh one in for the next day, and then my uniform doesn't smell. One great thing about most of the uniforms, I'll say this for ours, and I used to be with a regional as well, and that uniform was really great in that if you spill something on yourself, it's really easy to kind of spot clean. And if you have at least 8-10 hours in a hotel, you could just about wash the whole uniform in the sink and squeeze it out really well. And I hang it up, high, and try and put it in front of the vent, and it'll dry out, and you can iron it, and you're good to go for the next day. If you want to go through all that, again, you do what works for you. This is what works for me. Same with my pantyhose. When I get into the room, I just wash them out in the sink, and I hang them up, and they're dry, relatively fast. I try and squeeze them out and wring them out real well in a towel, and that's what works for me. So next thing I like to have in my bag, it's hard really, being away from home, away from your loved ones, and it can get lonely. And one of the things that helps me to feel better, I like to have one of my husband's shirts that he sleeps in, and I put it in my bag, and I sleep in it when I'm away. And that just makes me feel closer to him, and it makes me feel closer to home. It usually smells like him somewhat. Of course, it's a clean shirt, but it just reminds me of him, and it makes me feel closer to him. That's what I do. So also I like to have my little fuzzy socks, because the hotel floors can be nasty. They are nasty. You can also use flip-flops for that. Whichever works for you. It's just sometimes at night my feet get cold, so when I'm sitting up in bed, I like to kind of start off relaxing with my feet warm and cozy, and I usually just kick them off and keep them next to the bed if I need to go to the restroom. I also take the towels that I'm not using, and I will put them down on the restroom floor, try and make a little trail to the bed so that I'm just walking on the towel back and forth to the restroom. I may get up a couple times at night. Not necessary. That's my OCD coming out, but I just feel like it makes me feel like things are a little bit cleaner. And it's not hard to do. Also, let's see what else. In my bag, I always have a ball cap, because there are some mornings when ladies, you'll know what I'm talking about, especially my sisters out there, when you need to get up and you want to go and have breakfast in the morning, and your hair's wrapped, or you got your cornrows because you're not ready to put your wig on, whatever it is. Having a baseball cap is really nice, because you can run down to have breakfast and not have to get completely dressed. I always have a pair of leggings, and usually the t-shirt that I have on, I can just throw my flip-flops on, and I always keep like a cardigan, a sweater that I could throw on top of all that, and I don't even have to put on a bra. Again, you do you. That's what works for me. The easier I can make it in the morning, the better. So I keep my little cardigan, and also I have my cardigan for when I'm commuting. I'll get back to more of that later. So baseball cap for the hair in the morning, because if you're not ready to get all dolled up and whatever with your makeup, you throw that cap on, pull it down low, you know, throw your little studs in or whatever, make it cute so you don't look like you just rolled out of bed. That's what I do. My flip-flops, again, because I don't want to have to put shoes on, tie them up and all that stuff because I'm too tired. Sometimes I'm getting up super, super early in the morning. So I have my flip-flops in my bag for that purpose. My service shoes. We have to have service shoes, and we have to have shoes that, well, let me take that back. Service shoes are not a requirement. You can wear your shoes that you wear in the terminal. For us, they require us to wear, I want to say it's like an inch and a half heel, but I'm not 100% about that. However, are y'all ready for this? It's an ugly shoe. I have my little ugly shoe with my little heel. If you don't want to wear these when you're doing service, then you know, you can have your little flat all black shoe with the 1-inch heel. Here are mine. They're comfortable. They're not all that. They're nothing fancy. It's just what I have. I keep my shoes in a like a shower cap bag because I don't want all the germs that I pick up on my shoes to get all over everything in my bag. So I keep my shoes to try and keep the germs down in a little bag. You want to buy a shoe that's really lightweight and comfortable for you. If you have any questions about shoes, I've bought a couple pairs so I can tell you what has worked for me and offer suggestions. Also, when I'm flying, I always like to have my little eye mask, my sleep mask. When I'm commuting, that's what that's for. Or if you have some downtime between flights, sit time where you have to go into the crew lounge and you want to try and catch a nap. Usually it's very bright in those places, or when you're commuting, it could be bright and you're tired and you want to close your eyes. I keep my sleep mask for that purpose. Always keep a scarf with me that I can wrap around for when I get cold on the plane. Also, it can double as sort of a neck roll on the plane, or a pillow or whatever, or a blanket if you're in the lounge and you want to, you know, try and keep warm. I have this bag here that I keep all of my chargers for my watch and my cell phone and my computer, all those things. I have pouches for everything. Pouches are your best friend with the little zipper. Just makes things easier for you to find in your bag. You always want to have your swimsuit with you. You never know when you might get a nice layover in Hawaii or Fort Lauderdale or some warm destination, and you want to be able to go to the pool or to the beach if that suits you. I keep a bag with me that folds up and will go into this little pouch. In case I do have a layover and I want to go to the beach or something, it gives me the ability to be able to put a towel in here and a few things that I might need. And it folds up really nice and small. It doesn't take up any room at all. Always keep a power pack, a power bank for all of my devices. It can charge 3 at a time, and it can go for months without even needing a charge. So this is great. I always keep it accessible in my bag in case I'm on the plane and I need to charge up my personal devices. Also, I love these little pouches right here. I have everything that I need for my overnight in here. You'd be surprised what can roll up in here. Again, I'm not one to pack heavy. I carry a sweatshirt, I carry a button down, a pair of leggings, a t-shirt or 2, and maybe a pair of denim shorts. and I can mix and match all of that and have enough clothes for 4 days, 5 days. Sometimes I get in so late at night into my hotel, I'm not going anywhere. So I realize I don't need that much stuff, so I'm not going to pack it and take it with me. I don't need a different outfit for every day. Nobody knows me, nobody cares. I don't care, I just want to be comfortable, and I just want to have what I need, and I want to keep my load light. I have this little pouch here that I keep a nail file in, a pair of cuticle nippers. I have a few hair rollers in here if I decide I want to do something different to my hair. I do carry my flat irons with me as well. And I have these cute little bottles that I would highly recommend. They have this little, I don't know what that's called. I'm drawing a blank. It sticks to your shower. You really won't have enough time to utilize that if you're on an overnight, but it's really nice for other times when I'm not traveling for work. But the main reason that I like these, they do not leak. I have coconut oil in this one, I have lotion in this one, and I have 3 more that have my shower gel, and I also have my mouthwash in, and like my shampoo, my conditioner. They will not leak. So I love these. I got them from a travel store. I'd highly recommend going there. I've seen some at TJ Maxx and places like that and bought a few for my husband, and they do tend to leak. These do not. They come like in a 3-pack, and I also have some little tiny ones that I use for my dressings, anything liquid that I need to take for my lunch. There are some cute little small ones that you squeeze all the air out, and they're wonderful. Let me see if there's a name on them. I don't see anything that's on here that would be of help, but I can do some research and I can tell you exactly what the name of them is. But if you just go to your local travel store that has luggage and things like that, they'll have these, and they're a must-have. I've had them now I've been flying for almost 3 years or so, and I've had them for that long and haven't had to replace them. And they just stay in my bag. When I get home from the end of my trip, I open them all up, refill them, so I'm ready to go for my next one. So, I have to take something for my sinuses because oftentimes my ears will get clogged up, and it's really, really painful when that happens. So I have to take like Afrin, Flonase, and something for like a decongestant to keep the fluid, moving so it doesn't get all clogged up in my head. So I have to take something like that too. You may need that as well if that's an issue for you. But those are some of the other little things that I keep in my bag. And I do keep a pair of sneakers with me in case I decide to go exercise or something like that. And you'll probably want some workout clothes. Again, if you take stuff like that, you'll want to be able to either rinse it out and hang it up so it's dry for the next day, so you don't have to take a lot of articles of clothing. But if you need to take, a couple pairs, do what you need to do so that you can stay as healthy as you can. Because with this career, I find myself snacking on junk that I probably wouldn't eat on a normal basis, just because it's all that's within my arm's reach. So I try to always pack my lunch and my snacks, and bring with me. I'll do another video on that as well, but I won't have time for that today. So yeah, that's what I keep in my bag, and I hope this video has helped you. And if you have any questions, please ask those questions in the comment box below. Please subscribe and share. I really appreciate it. This is my second video, so I'm learning how to do this, and I need followers. So if this has been a help to you, please say something down below. Tell your friends about it, and I will see you next time. Thank you for watching The Flying Stephanie 615. Have a great day.